Hello again. I'm wearing navy now. It's long sleeved and a little bit warmer than what I was wearing. Um, and you can give me your comments down below. Which one looks best on me? Red, um, light cobalt, or navy? That's not what this video is about. Um, I I'm looking and as I'm doing this, I'm looking at myself a little bit and seeing how this has a natural wave to it. My hair, when my hair grew on the top of my head, it was naturally wavy, what we call naturally curly, and kind of a chestnutty color, and dark. Natural hair has different colors in it, as does my facial hair, which has a lot of white through here, and then dark, 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 and then there's white and a little bit of dark, and then my mustache hair, it's much lighter on this side than it is on this side, and kind of reddish. Um, I don't have any product in it today since I went to the gym and showered. When I got home, um, I did not get out and about until late today because I sounded like the stand-in for James Earl Jones early today. I sounded awful. My head was so congested and pounding and hurt. It was not a fun morning or early afternoon at all. Feeling much better. I'm still a little bit congested. You can probably hear it. But I wanted to do another video before midnight, and this one is about this one. I'm choosing my words as best I can. Sometimes I stop because I have so much going on in my head. When I stop, that's when I'm working those things out, because there's so much. It's like the big funnel of thoughts and words come into my head, and I can be overwhelmed a little bit. So I want to be thoughtful about what I'm saying and to be considerate to people that are listening, whether that's just a few people or if it's a lot of people. But I also am going to be honest. My experience over the past year and a half, from when the beginning of our election cycle showed me and shows me how millions of Americans are either lazy, or they really don't care, or they're incredibly partisan to the point of putting blinders completely on and choosing ignorance. Now I'm doing three. There could be a lot of others, but those are the big ones. Is that choosing ignorance in the era that we are in with electronic media? A person that is housebound, that has the internet, can, if they take the time, find the actual real story and filter through the ones that are actually not real. How many people work to verify information they saw on Facebook? There were some things I saw that I immediately questioned about Donald Trump. I thought, surely that's probably not real. I'm not going to share it. I didn't and I don't share a whole lot of political things as a rule, but every once in a while I do. But there are entities that do fact-checking. They do their homework, and they're not partisan. They bust Democrats as well as they bust Republicans, as well as they bust socialists, the communists in China, the socialists in Europe, the atheist or the religious person, that they're just wanting to get to the bottom of the story and what is true and what is not. And there are good ones out there that you can actually check out. And to my amazement, roughly 80% of the negative things on the internet about Hillary Clinton were false, were absolutely baseless and false. Some of the stories that people were sharing were just completely incredible fabrications, and people would share them and believe it and call her Crooked Hillary. And that brings it. I feel incredible sadness when I think about that, and underneath that, incredible anger that I really want to just I just want to hit people. I want to shake them and say, stop choosing ignorance. The fact finders, during the political process and primary season of the 5 Democrats and 17 Republicans, the one person at the top of the list of telling the truth most of the time, or should we say, telling the fewest inaccurate things or falsehoods, was Hillary Clinton. That's provable. That's verifiable. And people didn't care to do that, did they? She's a policy wonk, what is called a policy wonk, that she's a brilliant woman. She has a whole step-by-step plan for things. And it just blew my mind time after time. But when the Republicans are ringing the bell, and the message in that bell is Crooked Hillary, Crooked Hillary, Crooked Hillary, even though it was totally false, people will hear it and automatically say, oh yeah. And then of course we have a reality star, a man that has made his millions as a real estate mogul, and of course we don't know how much money he's really worth. We don't. He didn't disclose his tax returns, all the business dealings he has overseas, the undoubtedly there are going to be incredible conflicts of interest in regard to our new president. He's entering office with a cloud all over him, just surrounding him, not just over him, but surrounding him because of what he's created. But he, very much like a fascist dictator, has vilified the media, not in it blows my mind because people will listen to him over a journalist that's been doing journalism for years, that's working to do a good job of finding the facts and getting the story. But he has vilified all of them and called fake news. And why does he do that? What is a fascist? If you look up fascist, really go to your dictionary. I have like 3 dictionaries, real ones. I'm not talking about dictionary.com, though you can go there too, or Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Look at fascist, look at fascism. Because if the entities that will keep him honest, that will essentially pull back that veil and say, look at him, look at what he's doing, look at where he's been, when he tears those down, he's doing that so he can get away with things. So when the truth comes out about what his life has been like, there can be a cloud over it, over the truth, that, well, maybe it's really not true. People that really like him or don't believe that he's a sexist xenophobe and that don't believe that Mike Pence is the biggest homophobic governor that America has probably seen. That cloud, he's been working on that. He still works it. And that's where people need to really wake up and stop choosing ignorance. Get their head out of the sand. Get your head out of the sand. Seriously. Because tonight or in the morning, he will be given, is it called the rabbit? I can't remember the name of it. There's a special name for the little card that has the nuclear codes that will be in his pocket. He'll be followed everywhere he goes. There's some things, like I've said before, he's really not going to like, because his life is going to become boxed in to a degree. But they're going to do their job. And it's serious. And it's serious for us and for the media. Not the National Enquirer, but the real media and people that really work at it, that go to college, that want to do a good job for everybody, to keep him on his toes and to pull back the curtain, to pull back the veil and say, this is it. Here it is. And that he can be investigated just as easily as Bill Clinton, though I could go down that road of the wasted millions of dollars over Bill Clinton's affair that made no difference in the world other than showing he had an affair. And it's serious. And I think about it too. I'm not choosing ignorance today. There are things in the world that I really don't like that are facts. But I am not putting my head in the sand, and I hope you're not either.